All right, so today we're going to be talking about the research behind the benefits of nature. And so, just to kind of give you an idea, there's a lot of research on how nature can benefit people in general, not only our kids, but adults as well. And these studies are mostly correlational, and we basically know that nature is beneficial for us, but we don't quite know the mechanism why. So I just want you to have that as kind of a foundation before we move forward. But the study that we're going to be talking about today is by Wells and Evans. It was published in 2003, and it is about this idea that nearby nature can decrease stress levels of our kids. And not only does it decrease stress levels of our kids, but it can also increase their self-worth. So the reason I chose this study to talk about in this particular video is because there's so much research out there that deals with all these really specific issues like ADHD. There's some information on autism in nature. There's information on physical health and exposure to nature, depression, anxiety, all these things. But everyday life stresses is something that we all deal with. Self-worth is something that we all deal with. And so I thought that it would be a very appropriate study to discuss. All right, so the researchers in this study really looked at three main variables: nearby nature, psychological distress, and self-worth. And so nearby nature was measured by basically the amount of nature nearby, right? So the number of potted plants in the house, what types of views did they have from their window? What types of green space did they have right outside their door? So this is very accessible. This wasn't living next to a forest or a wild space. And then they looked at psychological distress. They did this by actually interviewing the parents and what types of stressful life events are going on. Did the family move? Is the kid experiencing bullying at school? And then what is their reaction to that as the parent sees it? And then finally, they also measured self-worth by having the kids take some kind of assessment. So that was measured directly from the children. And they found that nature was beneficial on both ends of those. So nearby nature was positively correlated with higher levels of self-worth and then better reactions, less psychological distress with these stressful life events. And so this is huge, right? This tells us that everyday actions matter. What we do with our kids every single day in order to connect them with nature can have an effect on their everyday life, because life is stressful. We can't protect them from everything. That's just not possible. They're going to be experiencing things at school that we don't even know about. And this is one of the many ways. There are many ways. We don't want to just put them outside and be like, oh, now you can deal with life, right? This is one of the many ways that as parents we can help make our kids more resilient. And that's just getting them outside and helping them feel connected to the land, know that they're part of something bigger than themselves, and just the everyday bits of nature can help them deal with stress.